They say the eyes are a window to the soul, but what if mine could tell the time? I decided to turn a close-up of my actual iris into a working resin clock. Why? Because it's unhinged and I love it. So step one was obviously to get a high resolution shot of my eye, and John, my lovely local legend, was kind enough to help me out with this super unusual photography request. He was super nice and honestly made both me and my eye feel very comfortable as we both stared into the abyss. We managed to get some super fun shots, and just like that, a couple of hours of photography were done with a blink of an eye. I have just had a look at the shots that we managed to take. John's just sent them over, and I think we managed to get a few good ones. So it's going to be hard to pick the best one to go for this clock. So I'm going to have a look, pick the one and send for printing. I'm excited. I finally have the print of my chosen click, and it is time to turn this into a functional clock. And this MDF base that I got off of Amazon is going to be perfect for it. I'm going to link everything in the description for you guys. So now for sticking the print onto the base, I'm going to use some good old-fashioned Mod Podge, mainly because if I don't get it quite as centered in the first go, I can wiggle it into place. And if I ended up using a fast set adhesive, I feel like that would turn into a stressful disaster real quick.
Later.
Once it was stuck down, it was time to trim off the excess paper, and I used this handy dandy cutter thingy, which by the way was a lifesaver. And if I haven't mentioned already, this was kind of stressful. I mean, I only had one print, so no backups, no redos, and it was high pressure. But miracle of all miracles, it actually worked well for once. Clean cuts, no rips, no drama. And since the board doesn't have a rounded edge, I wanted to prep the sides before pouring the resin on. So I grabbed a sponge and some black gesso and just went around the edges to give it a clean, finished look. Gotta make it look intentional, you know? Also, while I do that, I want to give a massive shout out to It's Art by Donna. Thank you, Donna, for liking, commenting, and supporting my channel. You are an absolute gem. You don't usually see me taping boards around here, but for this one, I wanted a super clean, crisp edge without any resin drips, so there was no option but to bring the tape out. Desperate times, my friends. Now we are finally ready for some resin, and my handy dandy Jade Diction Officials resin is all mixed up and ready to go. I'm obviously keeping it clear for that glossy depth, you know, like that subtle shine that you would get with the moisture on the eye.
Ew, creepy.
Creepy, maybe, but also kind of perfect for this piece. And obviously the resin brings all of those details to life. It's like the iris is staring back at you. While the resin was curing and doing its thing, it was time for some playtime with Sky, and he wanted to remind all of you guys to like, comment, sub, or else he'd give you sad puppy eyes. You've been warned. Once the resin was somewhat cured but still soft, I came back to pull off the tape, and this, my friend, is what you call a nice, clean, crisp edge. Honestly, it's moments like these, pure, satisfying perfection.
The following Thursday.
2 days later, it was time for probably the most unsettling process yet, drilling a hole straight through my eye. That's right. And once again, another part which could go south real quick if I messed it up. So somehow, still no drama, I managed to get the hole in just fine, and I was able to pop in the mechanism, add the hands, and just like that, it was ticking. Time was literally staring back at me. And here it is, finally up on the wall, and I genuinely cannot believe how it turned out. It's bold, it's personal, it's weirdly beautiful, and yes, my eye is now literally watching over the room. Who needs regular wall art when you can have something that stares back into your soul? You know, when I first started this project, I remember thinking, God, I wish I had an exotic eye color like blue, green, something dramatic. But I take it back. I think it turned out pretty sick. My eye as a clock, literally watching time go by. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know I have. And leave me a comment and let me know your crazy resin idea. Who knows? I might actually do it. See you in the next one. Bye. If you've enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you will like these too, so go check them out.